Hello, world. Welcome back to the Daddy Love Podcast. Today, we're talking about relationship styles. Our subtopics are the spectrum of relationships, debunking myths and stereotypes, and the pros and challenges of different relationship styles. But before we get into it, I had a homework assignment for Daddy Tony and Nicholas. So I want to see how that went. So for those of you who don't remember, Daddy Tony had issues with hooking up with bottoms who were larger than him in the D department. And Nicholas does not like when he hooks up with someone.
Girl, your makeup is fine.
Look at her makeup. It's terrible.
I'm putting my eye cream on. Thank you very much. I'm getting myself ready for this topic.
Allegedly.
And he talks too much. That's it.
So, okay. All right, so we're going to go back. So Nicholas' homework assignment was hooking up with someone who they might have left the gym and they haven't cleaned up downstairs.
Somebody funky.
Listen, you talk too much.
So how did that go for you all?
Okay,
Nick?
so
Girl.
I was stressed out. I have to put my moisturizer on. I have to moisturize and exfoliate because the stress causes wrinkles. Because I attempted to talk to some guy at the gym, and he ended up walking up to his wife. So I said, no, I'm good. So I failed my homework. Sorry, I get enough.
You're lame.
Womp. That was cap. Anyway. Okay. I had no plans on doing the homework assignment. I'm gonna be honest with you. But last Saturday, I was having such a stressful day. I was just super stressed out. And some little boy started messaging me on the app. And he had a nice. He didn't show me. So I not an ass. So my 4-month drought is over. I did, partake in the, indulgence of it all. But it was kind of like what you said. He never took his jockstrap off. And I never even see this. I never see this D at all. So you know what I mean? I don't know if it's small, big, whatever. I don't know. So
Wait, so he didn't pull it out to get himself off with you?
No, I asked after I finished. I asked, "Do you want to, I help you, whatever?" He said, "No, I'm good. You wore it out, so I'm good."
Okay. See how we can move from draconian thinking processes to living in the modern world. And so
No, you know what? It really was my norm. Like, because I just didn't ask. A lot of times guys just send the pic thinking that's going to impress you. And you're like, oh no, that's a turn off. For me, it's just not something that excites me.
Get a photo, please.
So I'm just like, why? And it'd be unsolicited a lot of times. So I'm like, I didn't even ask for that. I just asked to see the back, not the front. I don't even know why you sent that. You just put yourself in the friend zone. I wasn't even trying to put you in the friend zone. Now you're in the friend zone.
Well, maybe that can open up another conversation where you can talk about things that you enjoy and things that you don't enjoy receiving.
Okay.
Are you gonna talk to him again?
And what about you? Did you go on your rom-com date? My
life is a rom-com.
It really is.
And I am always on rom-com.
It's a rom-com on the Hallmark Channel.
You giving me a Rolex? Does that mean something?
Yes. Yes.
Vanilla.
So
I
just to be very transparent here, I know what your homework assignment was, but that would be the last thing that I do when I'm about to sleep with somebody that I haven't been with for over 2.5 years. I haven't been with anybody. I'm gonna sleep with a messy bottom. That homework assignment is ridiculous. Just so you know.
I have to agree with that one. I do have to agree with that one.
It's none of your business. Now go home.
It was an unrealistic
no.
task.
So no,
It
the
was
thing is,
very unrealistic.
no, it's not. So the thing is about communication. That's my mantra every day, communication. So if someone is coming from the gym, that is your opportunity to say, "Hey, let's get in the shower. Let's, because it was about smell specifically,
It was about being unprepared.
but you said it
But
was about
it was
smell.
about you teaching them to let's go clean up
Yeah.
before we do this.
Yes.
Okay,
Because
listen.
Tony,
Let me give you an example. Let me give you guys an example of what I'm talking about. Okay.
you gave us two examples.
No, because you keep. Here's an example. Never mind. Never mind. Let's move on from this whole conversation
Let's
because
move
I'm
on.
not sexually
Let's move on.
active.
We taking
I'm
too
not
long on
sleeping with
this.
anybody.
Okay. Whatever that means.
Yeah,
Okay. So
he's celibate.
yes.
He
So
sells a bit and gives a little bit away.
When I do have sex, we can then circle back with this whole homework thing.
Yes, when his drought is over.
I'm really
Yeah, one of
excited
these
about
Chocolate
days.
sauce.
I am really excited about today's topic where we're talking about monogamy, open relationships, and polyamory. So, what do those things mean in today's society? I know we all know what monogamy means, which is having one romantic partner at a time.
Right.
The definition of an open relationship is a relationship where partners agree to have sexual encounters with other people outside of their primary partnership while
Right.
still maintaining a central romantic bond with each other. Polyamory is a type of non monogamous relationship where individuals are involved in multiple, loving, and committed romantic relationships with different partners simultaneously with full transparency and consent from everyone involved. So I have a question for both
Come
of you.
on with the definitions. Yes, work.
I know. Thank you.
Have your what?
No, I'm saying thank you for the definitions. Like you know what
Okay.
they are, but to hear what the exact terms are, there's more into it than just I'm poly. I'm
Okay.
open. I have an open relationship. There's more.
Yeah.
There's more
He
to
broke it
it.
down. He broke it down.
Yeah. Thank you. Like that's a true thank you, not a smart ass thank you.
And
Okay.
it was layman too. Like it wasn't like last time, like where I said break it down for the girls that didn't go to college. That everybody can understand what
Yeah.
what you were just saying. Like if they they should understand it, actually.
Yes. So my question for you is,
Okay.
have
Oh,
your
which one?
views for both of
Both of
you.
us.
Okay, you answer first, Tony.
So have your views on relationship styles changed over time? If so, what influenced that shift?
Yes, mine's definitely changed over time because I just know dudes are not faithful. They are not. Like I've seen the hottest dudes get cheated on. Like I said, Beyonce got cheated on. Like it just people just cheat. It's just crazy to me. And I've had dudes that hit on me, and then I see their man, and I'm like, you got that, and you're in my face. Like I'm confused. Like it's crazy. So over time, my views of relationship has changed to the fact of where I'm like, listen, I know we are all men, and men have this thing where we want to conquer all the booty in the world, or whatever for whatever reason, or all the D in the world, whatever's your floats your boat. So I'm on the vibe of don't ask, don't tell. Like if I want to think I'm enough for you, but if I'm not enough, I want you to respect me enough to keep that to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be blissfully ignorant to it. You know what I mean? And if you're going to hook up with somebody outside of our relationship, you best in the world tell them this is just a hookup. Like, I have a man that I love, da da da. This is just sex. Is not, because if I get someone in my DMs or on my phone or in my face in person talking about I love your man or your man love me, then we got a problem. So if you're gonna do it, keep it tight, keep it right. Like I said, on everything I love, I want me to be enough for you. But the reality situation of I've been in 6 relationships in my life, and I just know people cheat, and a lot of times they just they get tired of the same sex or whatever it is, and they do stuff outside relationships. So I just want you to be respectful enough of me to keep it to yourself. That's my thing of relationships now.
So you
hold on, let me say
want
something
an
real
open
quick.
relationship?
No, I don't want to be open. Like I said, I want you to be all about me, but I'm realistic about it. You know what I mean? So I want to be blissfully ignorant to you doing shit outside of me. So keep it to yourself. Don't come home and say, "Oh, this guy just gave me the best," or "I just hooked up with this guy," and think I'm gonna be cool with it. No, it's not going.
Okay.
You better have a separate phone. I don't know. Whatever you got to do to keep it away from me, you need to do it.
Hold on. So Tony and I actually had this whole conversation. We were on the phone one night for like an hour and a half.
And he thought I
I
was
thought he
capping.
was joking. I thought he
Okay.
was joking with me when he was telling me this.
No,
I'm like, Tony, you're joking, right? He's like, no, girl, like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
don't
And
want to know.
he is very serious about this because again, we had this
100%. I
conversation.
said it on the show. They cut it.
I thought he was joking around for like 20 minutes. I'm like, girl, stop, you're joking.
No,
He
I
is
said it on the
dead
show.
serious right now.
I said, just if you're gonna do it, just keep it to yourself and do it on your own time outside of me or whatever, and we're gonna be good. I want to be blissfully
So what
ignorant
would
to
you
it.
label that as? That's not an open relationship because you're not having open communication about sexual partners.
Mhm.
It's not poly. What would you label
No,
that as? If you are actually in a relationship and your boyfriend, husband is stepping out without your consent and without your knowledge, is that considered cheating?
Excuse me, ma'am. Yes. What are you trying to do here? I was trying to help you hotel now.
of course they're cheating, but I'm saying I want
So
to be.
that's
It's
so
you know what it's called. You know what it's
but you're
called.
okay. So hold on. So
Listen, I'm gonna tell you.
you're okay with your
Yeah,
partner
yeah,
cheating on you as long as you
yeah.
don't know.
Right. You know what it's called? It's called respectful cheating.
Respectful cheating. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
That's what it's called.
I can
Respectfully
respect that.
cheating.
If that's
Yeah.
what you
Long
want
as it
from a
don't
partner,
long as it don't affect me. Like I said, if you're not nobody's in my face or on my phone or in my DMs talking about I just had sex with your man, I'm in love with him, or I just I did
let me
whatever
hold
with
on.
your man.
Let me can I say this? You know, and I know, you all three know, and everybody watching this, you know how I'm not even gonna say gay men. You know how people can be. You know if
Of
you
course.
know the side person, the side chick, the side dude, they if your partner is stepping out and they're not 100% honest with them, just say, even if they are, that person is there's a possibility that person is going to do exactly what you don't want regardless of your partner
Right.
setting these boundaries with
Right.
them. They're going to come for you still and send
Right.
photos and
So
like that's
so
that's that's
you know what that entails? That entails you
you're with the
thinking to
wrong person.
yourself, if you're my partner, if you're thinking to yourself, I'm gonna risk in the you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna risk effing things up with him by just having sex with this other person, and it might possibly get back to him, and it'd be a wrap. So you know what I mean? Like if you don't think you can keep it tight where it won't get back to me, you probably shouldn't do it. You know, like because you're gonna, and then that's where it comes down to how much you value me, and our relationship. Because if you value
honestly, if you're with somebody that
me,
truly loves you,
right? If you value me enough and you value our relationship enough, you won't risk that.
Yeah, you won't even be put in that situation.
You won't risk it. But I said I'm a realist about the situation though, because I just know guys do this. You know what I mean? It's just whatever reason they do it. And I did it for a lot of years. I was, I was the bad guy for a long time.
What is this, honey? I was shocked, honey. I was in tears.
And then I came to my senses like it's whack. Like the whole cheating thing is not cool.
So would you respectfully cheat on your partner? Would you both have the same agreement?
No, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? I'm not. And then, in my last relationship, when I was telling them this whole thing, they thought I was saying it because I wanted to do it.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't like that. Like I'm telling them, no, I'm saying I'm just because they were younger than me. They were 15 years younger than me. And I'm like, listen, and they were new to the gay life. So I'm like, listen, you're new to the life. And I get it. I might not be the buck that might start with me. You haven't met all the guys you're gonna meet. So if it happens, you just gotta let them know what's up. Like this is just this is just sex. It's not, I have a
question for you. I have a question for you. Say you lay that out. I'm just gonna use me for an example, okay? It's easier. You and I are out, we meet, you lay that all out for me, you and I start dating, I'm cool with it, we're good, whatever. And then I come up to you and I'm like, hey, you said that you didn't want to know this, but listen, I want to explore this and I want to open our relationship. How would you take that? Being what your mindset is of go cheat on me, but do it quietly. But instead, I'd rather have an open relationship for myself and you to be open, honest, and considerate of your feelings. But I want to go explore other sexual options that I'm not getting at home. How would that make you feel?
I wouldn't be happy because I'm too jealous. I'm a jealous person. So that's why I want to be blissfully ignorant to it. I'm too jealous. I'm too jealous to be in a relationship, period. Like I'm a jealous dude. Like the thought of it, of you just being like, oh, I'm going out and I know that's what you're going out to do. It would be too much for me because I'm too jealous. You know what I mean? So I couldn't do it,
So you're monogamous. You're a monogamous guy.
I'm a monogamous person. Yeah. I want monogamy. That's why I've been single for so long, because I won't even date someone that I feel like I might possibly cheat on. You know what I mean? I want to be so into you and so liking you that I feel like I cherish you too much to go outside of us. You know what I mean? So and that's why I'm single, because I could be in a relationship and be, and not halfway into it and doing stuff behind their back. I did that when I was in my 30s and my 20s. I'm not doing that no more,
Yeah.
So until I meet that person that really I cherish that much that I won't do anything outside of us, I'm gonna be single. All right, it's too much on me. Y'all hoes need to fess up. Y'all wear me out. I feel like I'm in the hot seat right now.
Nicholas.
Okay. I am into monogamy. And I'm not saying that I would never step into an open relationship again, because I did experience that. And unfortunately,
wait, time out again.
Mind your business. What?
Yeah.
We need the backstory, child.
I was getting ready to tell you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
So
sorry. I
I'm
apologize.
gonna try to say this without speaking too negatively because I do have children and I never know if they will watch this, and I don't really want them
Correct. Correct.
to, they don't know they don't know things. Um, I I was in a relationship with somebody and we didn't fully open our relationship yet, and there was kissing going on with me and another guy, and this person that I was with was there, and there was kissing between them, and I ended up falling asleep. And I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and was looking around. We were at a party and I was looking around and I walked into a bedroom. Mind you, no one was there. I was sleeping on a bed and no one was in the house. And I walked into a bedroom and I seen my partner at the time having sex. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not. Being with this other guy that we just kissed and we never talked about anything else. And so um that once I sobered up and realized, I'm like, oh, you cheated on me, bro. Like, you cheated, you stepped out of our relationship and you had sexual intercourse with another man without my consent, without me being there. We never talked about this. Like, you cheated. So that led me to opening our relationship and thinking that that's going to make things better, blah 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 blah. It actually made things worse, and
Never does.
there was still lies, and there was more cheating. There was a lot of deceit, a lot of distrust, a lot of lies, a lot of hurt. And with that particular person, um you know they caused a lot of pain in my life because of that. Now, if I didn't have children with this person, I would have left. But I said, you know what, let's do this. We have kids. I literally just said and put it out there with who it was. I mean, put two and two together. Um, there was a lot of messiness that went on with this person, and I fought for us, and I fought for us, and I fought for us. But would I be open to having another open relationship? I don't know if I have it in me mentally. If I'm dating someone, say we go to Vegas, we got to a club, some guy's talking to us, we have, a hookup and we never talk to this person again. I whatever. I'm kind of like, whatever, no big deal. Would I sit on dating apps or hookup apps in my bed with my partner looking for someone to come to my house? No. I will never, ever, ever put that type of energy into an open relationship again.
I've done that. I've done
And
that.
same thing with like how you feel. If that's what the person that I am with wants and needs, I'm not for you. I don't care if you have a high sex drive. I don't care if I'm not sexually satisfying you. Then I'm not for you. I'm not for you. Like, straight up. Again,
Yeah.
we go on vacation. Like, I come down to LA and we're visiting and we're all hanging out at a bar, and some guy comes up and is like, hey, whatever, whatever. My partner are like, sure, why not? No big deal. I'm okay with that. No phone number exchange, no
For
nothing.
me,
Like,
we gotta be
goodbye.
out of the country.
Like, that's what, you know, like,
We gotta be in another country for me to do it.
there's no contact. There's no, oh, let's give me your Instagram. No, girl. No, you are a one-time thing. Goodbye. And and it's also, I witnessed, and this is what's also sad, is that why I wouldn't do that again is I was laying in bed next to this person with my children, laying in bed with us as this person was on Grinder trying to get hooked up with somebody.
So disrespectful.
When yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And
Victor. Oh, I'm sorry.
so,
I'm sorry. You still going?
no, it's cool. Like, it's good. um I'm a monogamy guy. But the little hiccups here and there, like, wouldn't be horrible. But yeah, no energy or effort from me to put into an open relationship. That's kind of where I stand. And what about you, Victoria?
Okay.
Yes,
Wait,
I'm
before I go-
waiting. I'm
Wait,
waiting with bated breath.
It's none of your business. Now go home.
I have only been in closed relationships, but as I've gotten older, I think I could be in a relationship where it wasn't necessarily open, but either myself or my partner, we had like a romantic partner. So I would prefer for someone not to have like random hookups, because I feel like with random hookups, you don't know anything about this person. I would actually prefer for you to have like someone that is significant to you and someone who understands that you are in an actual relationship, and someone who wouldn't be the type of person that they would, send you a DM or pop up at a random event where you two are together. So that's what I actually would prefer, because I feel like
That's respectful cheating.
No. You're talking about you hook up with a person and it's like a one-time thing. I actually wouldn't want that, because I feel like with that one-time thing, you can potentially open yourself up to kind of like all types of issues. And that's what I don't want.
You sounding real sex negative.
What?
No. I get what
I'm
you're trying
joking.
to say.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Please listen to what I'm saying.
No, so for an example, so here I get what you're trying to say. So when I had my open relationship, that's how it started, was having multiple people. And then I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. Let's get one person. And so we made a
So you
connection with
want them to have a side piece.
one person that was involved in our stuff. So Victor would do things, but not with multiple people having a full on like.
So you want them to have a
hookup.
side piece, is what you're saying.
One
I don't know
person that
what
they have a
side
connection
piece
with.
means. I don't know what that means.
But that means somebody you hook up with outside your relationship on a regular.
If that's what side piece means, but
That's what side piece mean.
don't know. But
Well,
when I went to college,
I'm giving
when I
the
went to
definitions.
college, they
I'm
didn't
gonna
tell me
give you the
anything about
urban
side pieces.
definitions for stuff. You can give the book definitions. I'm gonna give you the hood definition.
It just appears to be just a little bit ghetto to me. A little bit ghetto.
That's a side piece.
Okay.
If you saying you don't mind your man having someone on the side that they hook up with on, it's just one person. They can't have multiple people or just random people, but it's just one guy that outside of you he can play with. That's a side piece.
Okay.
But hold on,
yes.
is it just him, or would it be this one particular person be involved in your relationship and you guys have
Both of you, or just him?
Or is it just him? Huh?
Either or.
So okay. So let's say, for an example, me and you are dating. And then I'm like, oh, I like Tony. Tony's cute. And I tell you, I'm like, hey, Tony's cute. Can I play with him? And you're like, yeah, that's fine. But then Tony's like, well, I want to play with both of you. And then now we just have like a connection with, we're hanging out and we're doing things together, but we're having
Girl,
sex
how you
together.
don't put us all in a menage a three?
Because it's easier just to use as an example. So that's
y'all so serious today.
That's what you're more into, right? Is having a connection with one person, rather it be all three
randos
versus
a bunch of randos.
Yeah.
So you're poly.
What?
You're more
you call it that.
Yeah, he's polyamorous. Okay.
Yeah.
Poly. Okay.
Well, technically, I'm not polyamorous because I think
you said hoey. I said what?
I'm not in a relationship now, but I could be in the future.
You could. Okay. Yes, you could be in a polyamorous relationship. Okay.
I have a question for you, Victor, and there's no shade. How many relationships have you been in?
2.
Wow, that's it.
Yeah.
How long were they?
It's none of your business. Now go home.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
All right, listen. I was just curious.
Stay curious. Stay
Huh?
curious. Stay.
Yeah. Okay. The listeners are curious. The
um,
listeners want to know these things.
so I actually
Wait,
have a
time out. I
question.
have the same question for Nicholas. How many relationships have you been in?
So I was married, and we were together
Girl, we
from.
know.
You want me to answer this?
Oh my God, y'all so serious today. All right,
Relax,
no
chocolate
jokes.
syrup. Chocolate syrup.
No, you're chocolate syrup.
Don't make
I'm
me go
white.
bad baby on
I'm
you. Relax. So I was married. I was
I'm
with my
white
ex-husband
jockstrap.
from 2012, and then we split up 2019. So what is that? 7 years. Before
Yes.
that, I was with a guy named Cody. No, I was with Cody
Wait,
and then
we don't need
Danny.
just a number. We need a number,
I'm
not the whole
counting.
breakdown.
Don't ask
Huh?
me a question if you don't want my response. This is how I'm
I
breaking it
want the
down, okay?
number. We only got a certain amount of time here, girl.
I was married. There was Cody. There was Danny. And then a couple girls. So like 5, 6. You
Let's
didn't know
hold
You've
that
been
me?
in
thought.
relationships with women?
Yeah.
I
Let's
would have
hold.
never
Let's
thought that.
let's hold that thought for another episode. But I want to get into another question.
Okay.
So, do you think non-monogamous relationships are more common in the gay community versus the straight community? If so, why?
I think it's just common,
I think they're
period.
more common in the gay community.
Why?
I don't know. I know a lot of straight people that have.
Because like I said, guys have this thing where they want to just conquer and just they're hornbags, like it just never stops. Like guys think about sex constantly. They want to sleep with, it's constant. So I think especially when it's guy on guy, I think the open thing is more prevalent. That's why divorce is so big because in the straight world, because these guys are going outside of their relationships and because they want to conquer and the women are not with it. So I feel like the answer, the real answer. You just making us say some dumb stuff and then you're gonna bust us out.
So, I will say that men, no matter how they identify sexually, are still men. So
Exactly.
you first said that men basically think with the D downstairs. And so
Mm-hmm.
if that's the case, what I'm hearing is that it should be equal.
For gays and straight couples.
Yeah.
No. Let me tell
I
you
don't know.
something.
So
Let me tell you something about straight
hold
men
on.
only. Go ahead.
So I was introduced to open relationships by straight people before I was by gay people.
Okay.
So I didn't even know anything about open relationships until I was 19 years old, and where I worked, the owner of the place I worked, her and her husband were in an open relationship, and I learned a lot about swingers and swinger places and rules, like all this stuff. I never heard about that in the gay scene because I was very heavily in the gay scene. Not that it wasn't there. I just never heard about it in the gay scene until years later. So for me personally, I heard it, learned it from straights versus ever hearing about it or even
Not
not
straight
knowing about it
style.
till I was gay or from gays.
It's
So
straight people.
I will say that people who identify as straight, they have more of kind of a secret society where they
Mm-hmm.
have places where they
Mm-hmm.
meet up with people. I was on a film set where we were actually shooting in a swingers club. and the type of amenities that they had were really shocking. Like, and these places aren't advertised. You have to know someone.
Yeah, you have to know somebody
that knows someone.
like Eyes Wide Shut.
I haven't seen that. It's before my time, but
you ain't that young, girl.
So anyway,
Grand Poobah.
It's literally a secret society, and where I live at, there is a swingers club that was not too far away from me that only closed during the pandemic when there were all of those straight swinger parties that were busted by the police because we had all of those like stay-at-home ordinances.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't congregate with other people.
Right.
A lot of like swinger parties were busted during then because
during COVID.
And so I think that the public would like us to think that gay men are hypersexual, that we are.
Yeah, they do.
We are orgies.
I agree. But we are orgies though.
I mean, we are, but I feel like humans are sexual.
I think everybody is.
Gay.
I don't. Yeah, there's not. Though I think the only people that are not into orgies are lesbians. I don't think lesbians do open relationships.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to talk.
Let me tell you. I was addicted to sex parties back in the day. Like every weekend I was at a sex party. Like I went to sex parties in blizzards. Like it was crazy.
You sluts.
Like I was into the sex party thing. And my straight friend, he used to work for me in my business. And he'd be like, yo, like, are you crazy? Like, why are you doing this? Like, and I broke it down to him. I said, listen, if it was a bunch of girls at an apartment in the city telling you could come do whatever you want to them, you wouldn't go? And all you got to pay is like $10 or $20 or whatever. And they all DTF. He was just like, his mouth was just hanging open because he know, like, bro, like, I don't know. I don't do it no more. Like, I got over it. It was a phase. But I was heavily, like, into that, like, my early 30s. Like, oh, my God. I was every weekend. Like, I would go out to the regular club. After the regular club, I'm going straight to the sex party. Like I said, when I knew I had a problem is when I went in the blizzard. And I was like, it was like three of us there. We had a good time, but I was like, I have a problem. Because I came in and it was too much. So I was like, I had to check myself. Like, you're doing too much.
Okay. So
but I went through a phase.
I have data for both of you.
Okay.
I don't know how accurate it is, but according to a survey on relationships published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior in 2018, 2% of heterosexual participants reported being in open relationships, as opposed to 32% of gay participants, 5% of lesbian participants, and 22% of bisexual participants. Now, I don't know how accurate that is. However, I do have theories, and I think that...
Wait, time out. I swear to God, I don't know whether to call you Encyclopedia Brown or the Grand Poobah tonight.
Whatever that means.
Because you're like giving me all the knowledge, all the things, but you got the hat on, so I can't really take you that serious.
Well, no, okay, all right. So to answer your question, I am all the things plus more.
Yes, work.
I do have theories about why gay men, in particular, tend to be in open relationships because. Mm-hmm. Same-sex marriage was illegal for, a very long time. And we have different opinions about relationships because of that. because of religion, because of laws that prohibited gay same-sex sex, we were able to really create our own ideas about what a relationship looks like. And
create our own rules.
Yeah. And because of that freedom, I don't think gay men, we don't define ourselves by our sexuality, but we are part of our sexual identities, if that makes sense.
Okay. So I know this poly couple in New York that live in New York, and they're party boys too. They party. And the main two was together for years. And then they brought in the third, the younger guy. And I just recently heard in the streets that it all ended. But they were together for years, like the three of them. And I don't know. First of all, I was jealous as hell. I was jealous. Because I'm like, I can't find one man. This dude got two. You know what I mean? I'm like, what is going on? Like, I am hurt. Like, my feelings are hurt. But at the same time, I feel like it's always somebody pushing that narrative. Like, because I knew the couple before they brought in the third, and I know one of them was the one pushing for the third guy. You know what I mean? The other guy was not with it. He just let it happen because he didn't want his relationship to end. You know what I mean? He was so in love with the other guy that he just said, okay. He just relented. You know, and I feel like a lot of times that's what it is. I feel like a lot of times that's what it is. One person wants this either poly or open or whatever, and the other person wants to be monogamous. Okay. And they convince the other person, or the other person's so in love with that person, they just, I mean, I was this close to someone convincing me to do it.
Okay.
But I had to check myself. I'm like, no, I already know where it's gonna lead to, and what the path is gonna lead down to. I really like this person. Like, I was in love with this man, like, to the point where it was like physically hurt me to not be with them. But I had to let it go. I had to let it go because I'm like, I already know it's gonna get even worse if you're doing stuff in front of me, or just, you know, like just constantly having sex with other people, and I'm too jealous for that. Like, you know, I'm probably gonna wind up in jail or something. I'll be on Dateline or something crazy because I'm gonna lose it. You know, yeah. So I just said, listen, bro, like we can't rock no more. We can't do this. You know?
Yeah. I feel like that's common when people have mismatched relationship styles.
Yeah.
And they have to figure out what they will do if that is presented to them. And so that's something that I feel like, you know, some people might be grappling with that right now. So Nicholas, today, if you were presented with a partner who had a mismatched relationship style, what would you do?
What do you mean?
So Tony was
like,
just
if
saying,
they wanted to be open and you wanted to be closed, what would you do?
Yeah.
Where I'm at now, goodbye.
Yeah. Nope.
Goodbye.
Okay.
You know, on a different note, I ran across Jay's Blue Sky today. I ran across his Blue Sky page today, Jay's Blue Sky page.
Okay.
I was like, holy sugar. Like, no. He was topping guys. He was bottoming. He was doing all the things. I said, oh, no, I could not date. I couldn't do it. Like, I thought I could do it, but I couldn't. I can't do it. No. And you all over the internet doing it? No.
So everyone watching, the views of Tony are not the views of the Daddy Love podcast. His views are his own.
I'm talking about my relationship with Jay.
Yes.
So
For the love of DILFs, so people who don't know.
let's circle back because I want to comment on something. Like, I'm listening to Tony talk, not about Jay, but like being presented, and you were asked, and you didn't like it, and all that stuff. And so as you're saying this, I'm remembering. I was just like flashing back, which that's why I was kind of quiet. I was kind of like in my head, just remembering like how I felt with certain parts of being in an open relationship. Like, there was fun to it, but then there is the part where it's like you don't feel good enough. And
Right.
then there's the messy part that comes in where you bring someone into your relationship, and then this happened with me. This person started treating me better than my partner did, started doing things for me my partner never did. And then that's kind of where things also went bad, because this guy like came in and just kind of swooped in both of our relationship, like in our relationship. I don't know, it was crazy. But to answer you, like, I know
But
how you felt.
that's the 80
I
20.
know
You
how
ever
you
heard of 80
feel.
20?
Huh?
You ever heard of 80 20 rule?
No.
So when you're in a relationship, right, you with that person 80% of the time. And you're outside of them 20%. And now you're dealing with this other person, you're probably going to deal with this person 20% of the time. So every time you deal with this person is wonderful because you only dealing with them 20% of the time. And everything is great, everything is lovely. So in your mind, it feels like this is where you want to be.
Yeah.
But the minute you leave this and go here, now you're with this person 100% of the time. And you're like, oh, this ain't what I thought it was. Because
Yeah.
you're only spending 20% of your time with this person, and it's always like sex or eating or whatever, like the fun stuff.
That's exactly what it
Yeah.
was.
So that's the
That's
80
exactly
20.
what it was.
Everybody, people think the grass is greener because you only spending 20% of your time with this person. And
Well, and
you got other stuff. You got real life stuff going on with your partner. Bills, kids,
yeah.
this, that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like stressful. So this
Yeah.
person comes in and it's like
It's a
beautiful
fantasy.
over here.
It
Right.
was a
But
fantasy
it's
until
not a
it
real
wasn't
thing.
a fantasy
It's
anymore.
not a real thing. Yeah.
And that's what sucks about my situation is my partner couldn't differentiate the difference between the two. And he didn't understand, like, when we're hanging out with so and so, this is, it's fun. But this is our relationship. This is our marriage over here. This is our reality. And he couldn't comprehend the two. And so when I actually didn't even want this guy to be involved in our relationship, but they had like this long ass conversation and like pulled me outside of my house, and we were talking for hella long, and they're like, we want to try this, blah, 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 blah. And I told my ex, before any of that, I'm like, this is not a good idea. Like, I don't think you should do this. We should not
Yeah.
do this with him. Like, we hooked up, he hangs out, like, that's that. And then I remember the night we were in our bedroom, and he's like, I'm gonna make so and so your boyfriend. I was like, don't do that. And
Yeah.
this fool went out and put so much effort into bringing this guy into our life. And then that is when he um chose to step out. And that's a whole nother story that I will tell with you guys off camera. Um,
Yeah.
so as he's pushing this relationship, um, he then is stepping out, and I have no idea. But this other guy that is involved knows all about it, knows that he's stepping out,
Mhm.
and I have no idea. It was messy. And so when this guy started being like super nice to me and doing all the things that my ex wouldn't, I even told him, like, I don't think this is a good idea. Like, but there it was. And then things just got really bad. And then we ended up ending things with that guy. And then shortly after that, I left. I filed for divorce because once it like resonated with me what my partner was doing, and once the reality of who he is hit me and who I was married to, and the environment that my kids were going to be growing up in, I was like, nah, man, I gotta go. And I left.
All right. I feel like this conversation has been super heavy. I feel like we had a lot more fun in the first episode. So I'm gonna change the narrative a little bit. And
Want to see my tits?
huh? I'm mad you're not really showing the shirt. I can't see the shirt. I need to see. Yes, come on, represent for the Big
Just
Boys
says I'm
Club.
okay.
My party is tomorrow.
It says
Gotta-
I'm okay. This isn't your big boy shirt.
Okay. Listen, I hope you're saying the right things. Okay?
Oh my God, that's not the Big Boys Club shirt.
No. It says I'm okay.
Oh my God, they stole my logo.
No, they didn't.
He doesn't
Yours
have
is
on
cursive.
his readers. He can't see. He
Right,
doesn't
I'm trying to
have
be cute. I'm trying to be cute without my glasses on. Anyway, now you can sit back down, girl. Anyway, listen.
Change the subject.
I was on YouTube earlier today, and I saw some clips from the show for Love of DILFs, who are, that's how we all know each other. And it was the scene with Robert getting injured. So my question for you guys is, if you face plant on TV, are you continue the show or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. I'm done. I'm going home, all the way home.
It's none of your business. Now go home.
This is your way of lightening up the conversation
That's
dwelling on Robert's.
No, I'm not dwelling on his thing. I'm talking about the scenario. The scenario is if you fall on your face.
Listen. That's a conversation to have.
It sure
Okay,
is.
Y'all are so right. Y'all don't want to. Y'all don't want to put Robert on Front Street. That's okay.
There's no reason to.
I have a question.
I'm not. I'm talking about the scenario.
I have a question for you two. So
okay,
we were. So Nicholas, you would have potentially been in a throuple if you would accepted your husband's proposal to make the third your boyfriend. So that's a throuple.
We were in a throuple. We were.
Oh, okay, so you were in a throuple.
Y'all made it to the throuple.
We were in a polyamorous-ish relationship with this person.
So my question for you two is, if you could be in a throuple with two LGBT celebrities, who would you choose and why?
None. Nobody. I wouldn't do that again.
I mean, this is like fantasy.
No, that's not a fantasy. That's horror.
Just pick two hot guys, man.
Huh?
Just pick two hot guys. I know they're gonna be white though.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have an answer.
I'm playing.
Tony,
I don't have an answer for that.
All right. You want to ask me?
Yeah.
For me, Jesus. Jason Momoa, of course. That is my number one crush. And number two, oh my God, probably be Ghost. Y'all, I'm sure y'all not know Ghost from Power. I don't know his. Amari Hardwick.
So my question was two LGBT celebrities. Neither of us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you have a gummy?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear that part. I was in my feelings because y'all told me my topic was whack. I didn't hear that part.
It was.
Huh?
It was.
Okay. I listen. I tried. Girl, this thing at the bottom, you don't bring no new topic, so don't do it. Anyway,
Why you always gotta call
I
me
don't,
out? What you got against me?
I don't know any LGBT.
Oh my gosh. See, okay, so
I don't know any. I
my
really
two,
don't.
my
Okay,
two,
Victor, answer.
Brian Michael Smith, who is a Black trans male actor on the show 911. Sexy. Super sexy.
Oh, I know
And then,
him. I know him.
yeah.
Okay.
And then Laquan Smith, who is a fashion designer, who has celebrity clients like Beyonce, Rihanna, Kim Kardashian. And so dream throupleship.
Okay, let me think. Oh, I do have one. I do have one that I really like. He's a gay guy. The one, I don't know his name, but he dressed Michelle Obama when she had the purple on with the belt. Oh my God. I don't know his name. He's so cute to me.
Okay.
He's a big, light-skinned, chubby guy with a beard, bald head, but he's a designer.
I think
He's
I
a
know who you're talking
designer. He's very cute.
about. Okay.
I'm trying to think who else that I don't know a lot of, because we not on TV like that. You know what I mean? Like we not.
Okay.
I'm saying like there's Coleman. What's his name? The guy who's hot right now, Coleman.
Domingo.
I don't find like he has sex appeal, but if I seen him in real life and he was like a regular person, I would not be enamored with him. Mine is food.
So
I already tell you right now.
since I don't bring up good topics, I'm gonna ask a question. And
Okay.
if you guys decide not to answer this right now, I respect it, but I really would like to understand this more in depth. And this is more for you, Victor. I would actually really, this has to do with the show. I would like to know what in God's gay hell possessed you to scream.
What?
Can
What are
you
you talking about?
let the world know?
God created.
But where did no? But what made you? What made you?
Give us the real tea about.
It's none of your business. Now go home.
So we don't have time to discuss that, unfortunately.
It's none of your business. Now go home.
Next week. That's the next week topic.
Next week. So next week we're talking about therapy, tarot, or just a good martini. Different ways we've coped and healed. I am so glad that you all made it to episode 2. Make sure you stay tuned for episode 3, and we cannot wait to share it with you.
Hola. Peace.
Okay, so I'm not hitting. Oh,
He always gets the balloons or
I got
confetti or
balloons this
something.
time.